today on 2+U Nevada.
Right now, currently, we're doing about 200 food boxes a day, and so almost 1,000 a week.
The red kettles are out. The good work of the Salvation Army and how you can donate even if you don't carry cash.
When you get a candy bar from a vending machine, you usually eat it. This way, you go to the vending machine and whatever you buy is going to help somebody else.
It's the coolest in the spirit of the season kiosk, where instead of buying candy bars, you can purchase items for those truly in need, be it a meal or life-changing supplies for global humanitarian efforts. Watching 2+U Nevada. Thank you for joining us for this edition of 2+U Nevada. I'm Sarah Johns, your host. Over the weekend, the kids and I went to visit my family in Auburn, and yesterday my uncles came over to Mom and Dad's. My Uncle Craig was telling me about the recent full moon and how you're supposed to release and let go of what no longer serves you during a full moon. He told me of this exercise that you can do, and I actually think this ritual is good at any time of year. You take a rock and you take a full glass of water. You tell the rock all the things you want to let go of. You forgive yourself for the loss and you forgive yourself for that letting go. Then you throw that rock as hard and as far as you can. Then you look at the glass of water and you say what you're wanting, what you're open to accepting, and the energy that you seek. Then you drink the glass of water as an act of accepting. Now, I'm telling you all of this because maybe you want to try it. I'm certainly considering this as a New Year's ritual for me instead of doing a New Year resolution. We have a lot of holiday content today, starting with holiday travel. If you're flying, you won't want to miss our next segment. Thank you for tuning in this Monday. We are thrilled to have you joining us for 2+U Nevada. You are watching 2+U Nevada. Joining us this afternoon, Allison Lamprecht, the owner of Way to Go Travel Store. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you, Sarah.
You have the best store for anyone who is planning a vacation, planning a big trip, or even just a weekend away, right there at Plum and Arlington. Across the parking lot from Butcher Boy, just to kind of give people a little perspective on where you are. I love your store. Used it when I did a big trip to Thailand and I could only bring a carry-on. You were such a help.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. So we're getting ready to talk about holiday travel.
Yes.
Some major changes in travel recently. And I have to tell you, this suitcase that you brought with you is just amazing. Because one thing that I noticed when I went traveling recently, my suitcase is a heck of a lot more in poundage than I want, because then I can't bring as much. Look at this. I'm carrying it with my pinky. What is this? Lightweight suitcases are so important now, right?
So true, because there's so many people coming and going, and there's really no sky caps. Nobody's really there available to help lift your suitcase, and there's always a kind stranger, but you really don't want to rely on that. Right. It's every man for himself, so to speak, boarding a plane. And so get a lightweight bag. And I recommend that the first thing that somebody does, that people should do before traveling for a holiday, is make sure your luggage is the correct size for the airline you're traveling, because they're very different. Like Sarah said, the rules are changing all the time. The sizes and the weights are
varying by every plane, every airline.
There is
it's
no
like
industry.
The storage is completely different.
There's no industry standard. And so you really need to go by the rules of the airline or airlines that you're traveling. If you're traveling one and they accept one size, do not count on the next one being that size. And the worst that will happen with a carry-on, if it doesn't fit and they need to what they call gate check it, is that it will go right from where you are at the airplane, at your gate, onto the airplane you're traveling on. And that's pretty reliable. People are reluctant to check for two reasons, that they lose the bag or misdirect it somehow, they being the airline, or that it's a long wait at the carousels to get your luggage. The advantage of checking is then your hands free and you can easily go to your gate, get on your flight, and you don't have to worry. So there's two schools of thought on that. And for holiday travel, when families are traveling,
You're juggling so much.
it's so much. You really need to carry everything on. There's going to be car seats. There's going to be all of those kinds of things also. So maybe it's better, even if you have a carry-on, to check it. But the one thing you need to do is check your sizing and make sure the sizing's correct.
Yeah, I love this. Is this considered a carry-on or is this considered a personal bag? Because it seems small enough to be a personal bag.
This is the new international size carry-on. It's
Really?
21 inches.
Wow.
It's shorter than the domestic,
I
which
have
is
purses
22.
that size.
I know, we all do. The way you want to measure it is to get, I don't know whether they can get the whole thing here. You get the height of your bag, and that's going to be from the ground. That includes the wheels.
Including the wheels.
Including the wheels.
Wow.
You're also going to want to account for any handle. That would be about a half an inch more too. So just make sure, because if it does not easily go into that container that it needs to fit in, then you're going to have to check it, which is check it. I mean, it's going
Right.
to you're all going to the same place. Sometimes things get misdirected. It's not the norm, really. There are some horror stories about that, but they're very, very few and far between. The airlines are very capable of getting your luggage to you. The other change that has happened is under the seat in front of you. A lot of people have, and I'm one, I have, maximized that to the extreme where I have a huge bag I've tried to put underneath the seat in front of me. Well, they don't really let us do that anymore, and I've been called on that a few times. So now
This is great.
this is much smaller than what I would usually take, but they are about this size. I'm not going to give dimensions because, again, it's different for every airline, so check. This is
What
this
I love
one in
about this,
particular is-
though, is this could also be considered like a man purse. Like it's a bag that
Yeah.
looks, very, it doesn't look masculine. It doesn't look feminine. And when you only get a personal bag and a carry-on, this is phenomenal for anyone looking to carry a bunch of stuff.
and carry a bunch of stuff. If you are doing carry-on, this needs to have your most important things. Keep your medications, keep your electronics and anything valuable in that bag that's going to be under the seat in front of you. That's the most important piece of luggage you're carrying, truly.
Well, Allison, I have to say your store is amazing. You are a phenomenal resource for anyone getting ready to travel. So we're going to visit you at your store. But quickly, for everyone at home, what's the address of your store, phone number, website?
The address is 538 West Plum Lane on the corner of Plum and Arlington, across from Butcher Boy, as Sarah mentioned. And the phone number is 775-824-0440. Our website, waytogoreno.com. And we do offer a free packing seminar once a month. At that packing seminar, it's on the first Saturday of every month. And on that day, should you attend, you get a 10% discount store-wide. So please sign up and come, and we'll give you all the scoop on the latest in travel.
Thank you, Allison. You're watching 2+U Nevada. You are watching 2+U Nevada, and I am so excited this afternoon to have my girl.
Yeah, we go way back.
Oh my
Way
gosh,
back.
we go way back.
We
And
had
our
kids
boss,
together.
we should say, our boss, Andrew Perini. Thank you so much for being here, you guys.
having us.
So we're talking something super fun and super important to our community, and really and truly super important to our ownership group, Sarkis Tarzian, and that's Share Your Christmas. Now, Share Your Christmas is an all-day campaign that KTVN does throughout Northern Nevada to help drive food donations in our community. And Andrew, you were telling me when I joined the team, this is something that we are very proud of. This is something that we do, and we do it corporate-wide.
We do. This is our 33rd year. And our sister station in Chattanooga, WRCB, which is a NBC affiliate, they've been doing this for over 40 years. And then we have some of our local radio groups in Indiana, specifically in Fort Wayne, that are going on just over 10 years with a little different version. They call it their Stuff a Bus, but it's all to generate food donations and monetary donations for their local community.
And Kristen, you have been out there all day long, from dawn till dusk, doing this for how many years now?
For me, I've been here 23. So 23 years we've been doing this, and every year it's special in its own unique way. You know, there are some people, even a couple people here at the station, who've been there all 33 years. What I love about this event is it's like homecoming. You know, we see kids who come and drop off all the money in their piggy banks. And then they'll come years later when they have kids. Or, for example, you know, when JK passed years ago, there was a gentleman who showed up that year with a check in his honor. And every year since, he shows up to donate to the food bank of Northern Nevada in JK's memory. So these are the stories.
That brings tears to my eyes.
I know it. So these are the stories that remind me that, hey, this is still our hometown. And we do what we do best, which is when people are in need, we wrap our arms around each other. And I feel like this is a perfect example every year of that happening.
And, you know, it seems like we say it year after year, but there is so much need right now. And this year especially, we have seen the need at our food banks just skyrocket. And so in years like this, why do you feel it is so important to get out there and just highlight food donation in Northern Nevada?
I think because it's easy. It's easy. I mean, when we go out in the morning at 5:45 when we're getting our mics on, I grab a bag from my pantry, just some canned goods, non-perishable food items, and everyone can do this. You know, one donation, even $1 can feed 3 families because of the buying power of the Food Bank of Northern Nevada. So it's something that we can all do. Not everyone is willing to roll up their sleeves and donate blood. Not everyone has the time to go volunteer with a nonprofit.
Right.
But this is something we can all be part of. And also, really quickly, you can also do it from your couch.
Yes, because we have a QR code, right?
QR code. You just text the word SHARE to the number 50155, and you can make a donation without leaving home.
And Andrew, since this is corporate wide, is there like a corporate competition that happens between stations? Since I'm new to this and I don't know, right? Like, what do we do corporate wide to also just kind of show Chattanooga, for example, that we've got the upper hand in the better community?
We do. We talk to Chattanooga, and we always share our results. We're all really proud of what we do. No matter what the totals are, everybody's a winner, so to speak. So, but we've done very well. We usually, like last year, our totals, we came in at just over 151,000 pounds of food items and over 318,000 monetary donations. And what a monetary donation means is $1 will provide 3 meals for somebody. So it really, with the food bank and all the other food pantries that we work with, they buy directly from the manufacturers, the distributors, and they are able to really spread the wealth of what $1 will do for somebody. And really, so much of this, as well as Kristen was saying, all of our staff who have been doing this for decades, as well as we couldn't do any of this without all of the food pantry volunteers. I mean, they are a huge, huge part of our operation and a big help at all 4 of our locations.
And this is not only at the Grand Sierra Resort, which it's going to be at the Grand Sierra Resort again this year, but in a different location due to the construction. So we will address that obviously day of, but we're also in varying locations throughout Northern Nevada.
Carson City at the Governor's Mansion.
That's where I'll be.
That's where Sarah's going to be. So check her out. Come say hi. We're going to be in the Minden-Gardnerville area at Carson Valley Inn.
Carson
Valley. They do a beautiful job decorating. So go down. I have to tell you, Minden steps up.
Yes.
They are kind of our friendly rivals at the GSR. They step up. And then we're at the Rayleigh's in Fernley. But we help a host of nonprofits. It's not just the Food Bank of Northern Nevada and its hundreds of partners, but the beautiful thing is wherever you donate your food, that's where it stays.
I love that. I love that. And again, this is all day from 6 in the morning to 6 at night on Friday, December 12th. And Andrew, this type of event really is everybody at the station owns it and takes it on and loves it. But it's your leadership too that really drives the fact that we as a community must be doing this for our community. So why is it so important to you?
Well, I think anytime you can help out families during the holidays and put food on their table, how can you not feel good about that? I mean, that is something, and as you mentioned earlier, right now our need is bigger than it's ever been. And really going back to these food pantries, I'd just like to kind of mention a few of them. My Christmas Day, besides the food bank, at the Governor's Mansion, we have Friends in Service Helping. Fish will be there, Ron Wood Resource Center, Advocates and Domestic Violence, all of them as well in Carson City at the Governor's Mansion. In Minden, we partner with the Carson Valley Food Closet. And in Fernley, we have a few partners there, and that's a new location we added 2 years ago. This will be our third year in Fernley at the Rayleigh's. There we have St. Robert's Catholic Church, the Living Faith Christian Fellowship, and also the Pyramid Lake Paiute Tribe. So you can just see with some of these food closets and the food pantries where and how some of this will get distributed in different types of communities around Northern Nevada.
Well, I think it's one of those things where you hope you never need it, but you're glad it's there. You're glad you know it's there.
Yeah.
And people are willing to help, you know.
Thank you both so much for joining us this afternoon. You're watching 2+U Nevada.
Great.
You are watching 2+U Nevada, and I am so excited to have Rick Lund joining us this afternoon. He is the lead in what is such a unique way of honoring the Christmas spirit with the Reno Giving Machine. And Rick, thank you so much for joining us.
Welcome.
This is something that the LDS Church has done now for 2 years in Northern Nevada.
In Northern Nevada, yes. The Light the World, the Giving Machine started in 2017.
I absolutely love it. This is like a kiosk or a vending machine, if you will, that allows people, instead of getting a candy bar, they can do good. Give me the ethos behind why.
Besides getting a candy bar, when you get a candy bar from a vending machine, you usually eat it. This way, you go to the vending machine and whatever you buy is going to help somebody else.
And what I love about this too is it could be hyper-local. It could be food for somebody here local. It can also provide somebody the platform to donate to global relief.
Well, we have 5 local nonprofit charities
Really?
that we take care of in this area. And then there are 3 international that get benefits from it also.
So the 5 local charities, how would this work? Somebody walks up to this kiosk, which is going to be at the RC Willey in Reno. So they walk up to this kiosk, and what will they see? Is it a dollar option? Is it a charity option?
On the vending machine, we have what we call item cards. And on those item cards, they'll have a price, they'll have a description of what it is they're going to be getting, and we don't take cash, only credit cards. Once you take care of the transaction with your credit cards, the card drops, and that goes directly to our nonprofit partners.
That's fantastic.
100%.
100%.
100%.
That's great to hear too. So 100% of your money will be going to these nonprofit partners. Who are they?
We have our Catholic Charities, Northern Nevada. We have our Food Bank, Northern Nevada. We have Nevada Humane Society, Northern Nevada Humane Society. We have our International Committee, and we also have our Domestic Violence Committee.
Wonderful. That is fantastic. And then with this, what are the denominations? How low do they go? How high do they go?
I'm pretty sure it's like $10 to $250.
That's so nice. And it's convenient too, because you know that people are going to be at that shopping center. They're going to be shopping and looking. And what I love about this is that this really allows an easy platform for somebody to make this donation. Let's talk about the international partners as well. Who are the international partners?
Well, we have the club foot. It's something we don't see in the States very much, but there's still people that are having problems with club feet.
Cool.
And this is taking care of them. We have the American Red Cross, which we know they do relief everywhere.
Yes, yes.
And they've been hit hard with all the things that have been happening. And I don't remember the other one.
That's okay.
But there are 5 items that go to international, and the other 25 items are local.
And why do you feel this kiosk is so successful? This is the second year that the church has brought it to Northern Nevada, to the Reno area.
Yes.
Why for a second year in a row? You obviously saw something last year.
Well, last year we raised quite a bit of money. And I know that the 5 local charities that we had last year are very excited to try this again, because they had a really good response. And there's really, besides letting people know about it, people just show up and take care of it. And one advantage we have at RC Willey that some locations with the giving machine don't have is ours is open 24 hours. So if you can't get off during the day because you're working, you can go there anytime. And RC Willey has their security outside the building. And because there's no cash there, it's usually a pretty safe thing to do. But we try to make it convenient.
What's great about that location, too, is that if you live south, if you are in Carson City, or if you live north, it seems to be a very central place for people to give.
And with this giving machine, when we say Reno, we have, our charities, we're taking care of Gardnerville, Minden, Carson, Dayton, Fallon, Fernley, even people from the Northern California, the Quincy, Susanville area. So,
Rick, why did you want to get involved in this?
why did I? I've voluntold. No, when you're retired, people think of things for you to do, and I can't think of a nicer way to help people. I've done a lot of service in the past, and this was an area. I know when we had our grandkids there last year, they had fun. They see items. Last year, one of our biggest items was the goats. One of the international, they were providing goats and chickens for people, not in the States, but in other areas.
That's so cool.
And so it really was a fun experience.
Are other communities looking at what you're doing here and putting these kiosks in their communities?
Well, it started out with just a dozen or so giving machines across the world, and this year I think we have 133.
Wow. So that is...
And there's other people that would love to have it, but we can only go so fast. So
Right. Well, let's hope this is another successful year for you. We're so excited. And this is such a unique and smart way to be able to give locally as well as around the world. So thank you for what you're doing.
Well, thank you for having us.
You're watching 2+U Nevada. You are watching 2+U Nevada, and I am joined by Major Randy of the Salvation Army of Reno. Thank you for joining us this afternoon.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. It's exciting to be here.
The Salvation Army does so much good. In full disclosure, my great-grandfather used the services of the Salvation Army back in the day, came upon hard times. Yep. And so please tell people at home the services that you provide.
Well, we provide rental assistance, we provide utility assistance, food boxes. Right now, currently, we're doing about 200 food boxes a day, and so almost 1,000 a week. And that's just because the need is so great right now in the community. We also have our adult rehabilitation program for men who are on drugs and alcohol who are trying to get off of that. And so that's amazing. And that happens all over the country, too. I'm proud of the fact that we're not just dealing with guys who have addiction problems, but also our program deals with the underlying problems that cause addiction in the first place, including mental illness, folks who are chronically homeless, since I've been here, we've graduated probably 50 guys who were chronically homeless on the streets. And now we're with emergency transportation, which is another thing we do. We've not only helped girls who've been in trafficking get home to family across the country, but we also help. So since we don't have a women's program yet here, and we're working on it, we want to get one in the future, but we can send people, ladies, to our rehab programs, because we have women's programs, including San Francisco, which you're just talking about. We have an all-women's program in Denver, so we're actively involved in helping people wherever they are in life and meeting their needs. The Salvation Army walks beside people. It's more than that. Our faith in the Lord, we show it by our actions. William Booth was the founder of the Salvation Army, and he realized that he wanted to earn the right to tell people why he did what he did. So he met human needs in the name of Jesus without discrimination. He came alongside their families, and that was the inception of the Salvation Army. Started out as East London Christian Mission, 1865. By 1878, we were the Salvation Army and have been ever since.
So addiction touches, it seems like, every single family. Can families reach out to you for help, saying, I have a son, I have a daughter, I have a parent, I have an aunt, I have an uncle, and get help?
Oh, absolutely. And if they have family, they can just come in and walk in at 2300 Valley Road, and right up there, we call it our Leeds residence, and they can come right there, walk in, and we can help them. We have gentlemen who are court ordered as well who come into the program. We work closely with the criminal justice system, because honestly, they're on a track where they don't just want to incarcerate. What they want to do is give people programs. Sheriff Balaam is amazing. He wants to do programs to help people. He doesn't want to just throw people in jail or to send people to prison. They really have a heart for wanting to help men recover, and women as well. And so we're all about that. And so, if people are looking for hope or help, they can just call 775-688-4555 and just ask for me, or they can call down to our residence as well.
It's such wonderful work. And yes, Sheriff Balaam, warm handoff, he's wanting people to get help.
Yes.
Absolutely can speak to that. I do have to say, this is the time of year where we're used to seeing the red kettles out.
It is.
So are the red kettles out?
They are. They're everywhere. They're at all the Walmarts. We're at Raley's. Have some at Save Marts. We're excited. We're going to be out everywhere, and you'll see our bell ringers. And the cool thing is 100% of everything that goes in those kettles stays in this community.
I didn't know that. Wow, that's so cool. And so there's also Red Kettle online where people can donate to the Red Kettle digitally. So the Red Kettle platform stays.
Absolutely. Everything, because what they'll do is when somebody goes online, it'll tag, say they're using their phone or if they're using their computer, it'll tag from where they are, obviously, so they can see they're in Reno, Washoe County, whatever. And since we're over northern Nevada, if they're in Carson, it will hit Carson's Red Kettle online. It's just reno.salvationarmy.org. Just go on there, you'll find donate button, and when you go in there, it'll take you to an online Red Kettle.
And I do have to say, KTVN did a fantastic documentary on your addiction program. So people need to watch that as well. Go to KTVN. The news team did a phenomenal job on that.
Oh, they really did. I'm excited about it because we're just getting ready to open our 12-bed transitional living program as well. So, and that's a good thing because for men who are working out and living in, we do that. So when our guys graduate the program, they can work out and live in, and they extend their time there. And we have a program service fee, and really, like for $500 a month, they get their meals are free.
That's so
no
cool.
Utilities. They can save money. That's our point.
Yeah.
We want them to save money.
And when it comes to the food, you participate heavily in KTVN's Share Your Christmas.
We do. We love that too. We love being out there with the food bank, and they collect food, we collect toys. So, and it's really cool because it's toy time, and we're already geared up. We're starting to open our Christmas warehouse tomorrow, where we start packing the toys for our December 19th distribution. We'll be giving out food to over 1,500 food boxes, plus toys to almost 3,000 children.
Well, Major Randy Hart, thank you so much. If people want to donate online or learn more about all the wonderful work that the Salvation Army does, what's the website?
The website is reno.salvationarmy.org, or go on and you can find it on our Facebook page, which is the Salvation Army of Washoe County. Just go on there and you'll see all the information that you can see, or just call 775-688-4555. Ask for Samantha Hill if you want to volunteer your time, either at our Christmas warehouse or if you want to ring a bell.
Perfect. Thank you for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you.
You're watching 2+U Nevada. Now for a heartwarming story about giving and giving of yourself as best you can. It's about a man named Rob Lane. His father had 8 extra years of life thanks to a liver transplant. Decades later, Lane paid that gift forward, volunteering as a living organ donor to help a friend with end-stage kidney disease. As David Begnod reports, that generous act led to a life-saving discovery.
Hi, we're twins. Hi. He volunteered to give her one of his kidneys.
Oh, I know.
And instead found a cancer that could have killed him.
You're doing a really nice job. Thank you.
Before we talk about the diagnosis or the donation,
Just a bit.
I want you to know who Rob Lane is.
Let's just leave it here.
Take what?
The things I do for David.
He has been my dear friend for nearly 20 years.
Things I do for you.
Even better.
Never mind, David.
Who? David who? The way that Rob shows up for people, like Doris Patel's,
We have a tenacity about us, right?
explains exactly why he stepped forward in the first place.
Nice to see you. Nice to see you again.
Rob grew up in Sacramento, adopted at birth and raised Jewish by 2 teachers. He had a family from day one. What he didn't have was a medical history.
I tried to do the DNA testing. I tried to find family that I wasn't necessarily connected with, and I couldn't.
But Rob knew something else early in life. He knew what organ donation meant.
Growing up, I had to reconcile the fact that in order for my dad to live, somebody else had to die.
Rob's dad, Leonard, received a liver transplant when Rob was a teenager, and that memory still sits close to the surface.
It was nearly 9 months ago that doctors told Leonard Lane, a 45-year-old kindergarten teacher, that hepatitis B was killing him.
Years later in Sacramento, Rob and his husband Mark met Doris, who became like family.
The Monday.
Oh, our Monday night.
Mondays are for food and belonging, and the kind of community that holds you up.
It's always nice to know I have a place to go New Year's Eve.
But then at 79, Doris was diagnosed with end-stage kidney disease.
And I was in very good health, except for the kidneys. And I was in great shape. And I was a good candidate for kidney transplant. But I needed a living donor.
Rob stepped forward. He wasn't a perfect genetic match, but he planned to donate through a voucher program that would prioritize Doris through the National Kidney Registry.
So this
Months of testing led to one last requirement, a colonoscopy.
doctor came in and told me I had cancer. Which being 45 is hard to hear. Because I have a son, I have a husband, I have a life, I have things that I want to do. I'm not done.
Stage 1 colon cancer. 45 years old, no symptoms. Just 7 months before diagnosis, he was living his best life.
I was running and swimming and being active and traveling. Months before, Mark and I were hiking the Inca Trail, and I'm totally fine. And then wham, I come back and I'm like, wait, actually, you're not fine.
They ended up removing a foot
Yeah,
of your colon.
that's right.
You had no chemo, no radiation,
That's right.
but you had a hell of a surgery.
I did. I knew this year I was going to have surgery. I thought it was going to be to save somebody else's life. I didn't realize it was going to be to save my own.
Whew. And as he healed, something shifted.
I leave these experiences with a sense of increased purpose. I don't want to let life happen to me. I want to make life happen.
Is there something you don't want to do anymore?
Ooh, what do I want to stop doing? That's an interesting question. I want to leave behind what other people think of me and really just live for myself.
It's usually a bumper sticker, not a fake sticker. Rob needed something ahead of him.
One of the first things I did was sign up to swim from Manhattan to the Statue of Liberty. Because at that moment, I realized I needed something not to just be healthy for, I needed something to work for. Because that is living, that's not just surviving.
But even in his own fight, this is classic you, you are still worried about dear Doris.
It was the hardest thing I had to do. And one of the hardest conversations I had to have throughout my whole entire process was to tell my friend Doris that I was no longer a viable candidate. So as we sit here today, she is still in need of a voucher or a kidney or a donor.
Today, Doris is 81 and on peritoneal dialysis,
That'd be pretty on you.
which she does at home on her own every night as she sleeps,
So I have to.
despite doubts, she says, from her doctor.
Hi, Robin. I go to work every day, 5 days a week. I take care of a house. I live a life, and I want to continue to live a life. When I told him that, he said, I just don't think that you're a candidate for peritoneal dialysis. I said, watch me.
Rob is cancer-free and using what happened to him to promote colon cancer screenings and living organ donation.
I'm not done living and laughing and crying and reading and, doing, and just really being very grateful for that moment. And this is another moment I'm really grateful for. So thank you.
Me too. Rob so badly wanted to be part of Doris's solution, but instead she became part of his survival.
It was his heart, his generosity, and his love of his father, and the memory of what his father went through that wanted him to do this for me. Therefore, he saved his own life. I just am a byproduct. I do.
You're being incredibly humble.
No, humble me, humble. I hope that's on TV. That better be on TV because nobody would say I was humble. You saved your own life. They like to give me credit. I don't take any credit for it. I take credit for the love we have because he wanted to do this for me. And I love that. And I'm old enough to be his girlfriend.
You can save lives as well. To become a living donor, head over to kidneyregistry.com. A feel-good story now. The slogan for the Lowe's home improvement stores is do it right for less. But this is not about that. This is about the time Lowe's did it right for Francine. Here's Steve. It is the season of giving. We've got the coolest story about a former auto worker who was given back his retirement through the kindness of strangers after a viral social media post captured America's attention. Tom Hansen reports.
For most of his life, Ed Bambus worked toward his American dream. But in 2019, at 82, he found himself doing what most retirees never imagined, going back to work.
You do what you have to do.
Bambus worked for General Motors for 40 years. The automaker's 2009 bankruptcy wiped out his pension. Then his wife got sick and died. With bills mounting, he took a job at a grocery store.
I made it a point to try and be as friendly with people as I could, because that would take my mind off any depression because of my wife's death. I really, to this day, miss her. I still visit her grave every day.
Everything changed this week when a stranger approached Bambus with a simple question.
What's your dream? Well, someone for life I was hoping for.
That stranger was influencer Sam Wiedenhofer. He set up a crowdfunding account to help finance Bambus's next retirement.
Do you know how much money has been raised?
No, sir, I do not.
Tomorrow, Bambus will get a check for more than $1 million.
What's the lesson you've learned from the events that have unfolded over the last few days?
Be polite to people.
Small actions with a very big return.
Oh, thank you.
Tom Hanson, CBS News, New York.
Are you a business or nonprofit and want to be featured on 2+U Nevada? Have a Mom to Mom Monday, a Tried It Tuesday, or even a cute pic you just want to show us? The whole point of 2+U Nevada is the plus you. You can send us your content by visiting our website. Head to 2news.com and click on 2+U Nevada. Or you can email us at 2+UNevada@ktvn.com. Each day here at 2+U Nevada, we are hoping for you to participate in our show. That's the plus you part. With that, today we are continuing our Mom to Mom Mondays. This is really for any family member needing that tidbit of advice. In today's Mom to Mom Monday, Sandy, a mom of one amazing young 3-year-old, shares her advice with us.
Mom to mom, stay up late sometimes and have a dance party. Let them sing at the top of their lungs, even if it's in the most random spaces. Let them make their messes because they're only going to do that for so long. Let them try and experience as many things as they want. The days can be hard, and sometimes the nights are harder, but going into their world and seeing it through their eyes makes you realize what perfect little humans you're raising. Find your tribe, because that is so important to your own self-care. You're doing great, even if it doesn't feel like it, and those smiles and hugs make it all worth it.
Thank you so much, Sandy. And isn't that true? Those smiles and hugs make it all worth it. Appreciate your advice today. Please remember to send us your Mom to Mom. We want to hear from you. That is our show this afternoon, and thank you for inviting us into your home. We look forward to joining you most weekdays at 3 for 2+U Nevada. 2 News Nevada at 4 starts now.